I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Hammond Capital Improvements Board for April 3rd, 2023. Would you please rise and join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dear Lord. And the clerk call the roll, please.
Moore.
Here.
Muda.
Here.
Prieto.
Here.
Spitali.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
Warple.
Here.
Button.
Here, let the record reflect, there are, all are present, 6 in chambers and 1 remotely. Next item on the agenda, you should have received in your packets prior to the meeting a copy of the meeting minutes passed for March 20th, 2023. Is there a motion to approve?
I will make a motion to approve. Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Muda, properly seconded by Councilman Werpel to approve the meeting minutes for March 23rd. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore.
Yes.
Muda.
Yes.
Prieto.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Button.
Yes, motion carries 7 in favor. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is report on the work study session immediately prior to this meeting at approximately 4:30. This board met to discuss items on the agenda. Next item, any other discussion?
No.
Next item on the agenda is item 6, funding. Anything you'd like to bring up, Commissioner Moore?
Mr. President, I would just like to mention, I don't have a formal update today, but I will have an update at the next meeting as the next round of gaming is going to be distributed on Monday.
Wonderful. Great news. We'll look forward to that report. Item 7 is matters from mayor, council, or other departments. Now is your opportunity to ask the Capital Improvements Board. Seeing no one present, move on to the next item. Item 8 is old business. Is there any old business? No.
No.
Item 9 is new business. Item 9A is a funding allocation, state line closures, construction with Reith Riley Construction Company in the amount of $542,004.08. Is there a motion to approve? Thank you, Councilman Spitali. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Tyler. It's been moved and properly seconded for the construction of the state line closures. Is there any discussion? After about 2 years of closure, we received favorable bid for the project from Reith Riley, and it is the engineering department's recommendation that we move forward. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore.
Yes.
Muda.
Yes.
Prieto.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Button.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Next item is item 9B, funding allocation, state line closures. This is the construction engineering portion of the work with First Group Engineering in the amount of $62,000. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Moore, seconded by Councilman Tyler for the construction engineering for state line closures. Is there any discussion? I think it's pretty clear we do construction engineering for the construction work. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore.
Yes.
Muda.
Yes.
Prieto.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Button.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Item 9C is a funding allocation for the Homan Avenue striping from 165th to Douglas with Traffic Management Company in the amount of $215,905. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Muda, properly seconded by Councilman Tyler, to approve the funding allocation for the Hammond Avenue striping. Is there any discussion? This is to make the segment north of 165th to Douglas look a lot similar to that was done a couple of years ago south of 165th, and that's to create a one lane in each direction, parking and a bike lane. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muda,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Spitali,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Warple,
Yes.
Button.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Item 9D is the funding allocation, the 2023 annual resurfacing program with Milestone Contractors North in the amount of $1 million. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second. It's been moved by Councilman Spitali and properly seconded by Councilman Werpel to fund $1 million to the 2023 annual resurfacing program. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Yes.
just to add
Commissioner Moore.
context, you take the district council people's input as to what roads get overlaid, correct?
100%.
Thank you.
We like that the district council persons have input. It was part of the way we did business in the past. And so we've have a list. The list that we have is a lot more than the funding is being set aside. And so we will do the best we can to make this as balanced as we can possible to fund projects in each of the districts.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? I guess I would just add that we are setting aside $1 million at this time with the hope that there will be more money to be made available to fund additional resurfacing. We recognize that the last Capital Improvement Board meeting that we're sort of behind schedule in our resurfacing. We've been fortunate enough to have a number of federal aid projects that help us with our with doing work and only on a federal match level at 80% federal, 20% local funds. And while that's that helps a lot, it depletes resources fairly quickly. But we hope that we would accommodate the council person's requests, the balance of the projects that they have requested. We hope to have a short list for the council in the next few days. Councilman Werpel.
More of a cost question. When they start to resurface, do we get a better price? Like, I think me and you have discussed this, but I got 2 one-block streets. One probably costs $20,000 to resurface, and the other one's about $32,000. And I'm willing to commit if it makes it cheaper, cheaper in the long run. I'm willing to commit while they're out there to do, to repave them streets at the same time. Is there a chance that if we just do the 1 street or the 2 streets that we're going to be allotted with however you divide this up, is it cheaper to just do it all at once?
I think the short answer, unfortunately, is no. And I say that because we have a contract unit price, and that's what we use to do the projects. It's sort of on the contractor to handle his mobilization, his or her mobilization, demobilization. And that's really about the only thing that would save them. And they've built that into their contract unit prices. So if they do 1 street or a 1-block street or a 4-block street, the price to do each individual item is the same.
Now, the reason is I think of 3 one-block streets in my district that I don't think have ever had anything done to them, ever. And I just, while they were out there, if I have to commit some of the gaming funds we do get to it, does that help?
It helps. It helps the program if the council persons have funds that could be made available to do resurfacing. I think this board needs to think about the future and how that could work, right? Let's say let's say that each council person, came up with $300,000 worth of work in each district, or maybe that's a bad number, but just for the sake of discussion, and we got $150,000 done, but you chipped in, right? When the next round comes, we make a decision, do we do more, or do we refund district council gaming based upon what you had paid for to front the program, right? So I think that's a good question, a good dialogue to have. But if you have funds available to do resurfacing and you have projects you would like to help contribute, we would definitely be in favor of that.
Since I've been here, I hear people talk about my gaming funds, and the way I see it is, it's not our gaming funds. It's funds that are allocated for us to do projects in our district. And it's like, if they're going to be out there and they're going to be in the general neighborhood, I just would rather have them strip and pave that street while they're there too,
Well, you have their attention,
Right.
right? If they mob out, it's harder to get them.
I know all about ADHD, and I'm afraid they'll, forget about it if we let them get away,
It's possible.
Yeah.
The earlier we engage in the program, the better it is for the city.
And then one last question, and I know I'm making this meeting last 2.5 minutes longer. No, I forgot the last question. Never mind.
Well, if you think about it, please bring it up here.
Oh, I know what it was. How soon, now that we're going to allocate this, how soon are we still looking 3, 4, 5 months from now before it gets done, or is it something that can be relatively soon?
Excuse me, that depends on the contractor's schedule, right? So the contractor has work in hand, and they want to know from us as early as possible so that we could get on their schedule. I'm sorry I don't have a definitive answer to you now, but I will certainly give that to you as soon as I have given the program to the contractor and he can get a schedule put together for us.
See, give me a minute and I'll think. So,
Take all the time you need, sir. Any other discussion on item 9D?
no.
Thank you. If there is no further discussion, roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muda,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Spitali. Yes. Tyler,
Yes.
Warple,
Yes.
Button.
Yes, let the record reflect 7 in favor and no opposition. And the chairman thanks you. Last item on the agenda is public expression. Is there anyone in the audience or on Zoom wishing to address the board? Seeing none, the next regularly scheduled meeting for this board will be April 17th. So we'll see you then. If there's nothing further, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Is there a second? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Aye.
So in light of Councilman Werpel's extension of the meeting, what more can we discuss, Councilman Werpel?
I just wanted to say no once, that's all.
Okay. Being that it's non-unanimous agreement to adjourn the meeting is now adjourned.